right. Welcome, everybody, to Wired Wednesdays. I'm the Veteran Miner, and this is Vistang, GPURisers.
What's going on, guys?
What's happening, everybody?
Let's see who we got in the chat today. DJ Mines, we got K-Trim, Automatic Beats, Second TL Mining, Crypto Perks. What's going on, everyone? I think Retro Mike was in here too earlier. Chump Change, Second TL Panda, of course. K-Trim, you need some active noise canceling headphones. Do I need them or should I use them on here? Probably. I know sometimes you guys can hear like the reverberation, but Dumpster Fire, what's going on? Love the name. I've seen you before, I think, in here too.
Yeah, Chump Change XD, Mining Crypto. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chump, for helping me out once again.
Blue Dragon Mining, there he is. What's going on? We got a couple people. So what's on the list today, Dave? What are we doing? We're going to talk about, I think, the Ledger thing, right?
I think a little bit about it. I mean, there was a lot to talk about it, so we don't want to like beat a dead horse about it. But one question is, how's the music? Is the music too loud? Can you guys hear us well? Is everything good? I want to say here to make sure, I don't want to like try to have us talk over the music and everything like that.
Yeah, but I guess what since last Wired Wednesday, Dave, what have you been up to?
Okay, well,
what's the scoop?
Since last Wired Wednesday, I've just been working really hard, putting out a lot of wires, and a customer contacted me and asked me if it was a possibility. Down a little on the music. Okay, how's that? Okay, perfect. Good. I like the feedback. So, sorry. Okay. So, a customer asked, is it possible to make a 6-pin to dual 6-pin wire? And I was like, absolutely. We can make that. What they wanted to use it for risers. So they wanted to gain a couple of ports on the breakout board. So instead of using 4, they're utilizing 2 ports on a breakout board. Kind of similar to, I have the CPU connector to dual 6-pin for the risers, or depending on the miners, but that's going to be like discretionary because of the wattage, right? So I made those this week, and it's been really great. So just moving right along, and we'll go from there, and just a lot of this stuff here about Ledger and everything else, and so I don't know. We'll get into it a little bit, right, Mike?
Yeah. No, we'll talk a little bit about it.
So
I
how was
read
your
up
day?
a little bit regarding it, and it does look not great for Ledger. I was hoping it was just going to be like, a marketing thing, clickbait type stuff, but it does not look good for them. And I've always kind of used a Ledger, so I'm going to be rethinking about it now. Whether I want to store my crypto on it or anything. I've had it for years. I started with, I think, the Nano. And now I have the X. I think that's what this is. Whatever this one is. I'm pretty sure it's the X, like the Bluetooth one. But yeah, other than that, I've been traveling a lot. Not the past week too much. I know that there are some people talking about the last vlog that I put out. That was, I think, the last vlog was a week and a half ago. It's kind of like running, late. I'm always kind of like, 2 weeks behind or a week and a half behind. So that vlog was in Virginia, and we were at the ASIC facility there. So I know some people were talking there. That's what K-Trim said. You need to use them when you're inside those containers. I know it's brutal in there. We don't have noise canceling headphones, but we have like the big earmuffs, like the gun range earmuffs that you can kind of put on. But when you're there for 30 minutes, you start hearing it. Like then when you walk away from the container, you'll be miles away and still think you're hearing it. So it is crazy being in there. That was I want to say 3rd time I was there. So it's intense facility, but this week I haven't been traveling too much. Let's see, I was in Melbourne, of course. I'm up there for Terra and everything like that. But actually the past 4 days I've been in town, so it's actually been kind of nice. I had my birthday Monday, so just another year older, right, Dave?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
But
I wish you happy birthday. That was
yeah,
on Monday.
but I bought a server, like an actual server, Mining King. I've been going back and forth with him. It's I think a Dell R730. I didn't know what that meant even a couple days ago, but I guess with these servers you can have like tons of different specs. But this one has DDR4 RAM and it has a V4 processor, which I needed, I think, for a Nimbus node because I want to do a Nimbus node for Flux. So I finally got enough for a Nimbus node, and I want to build it out and learn how to do all the node stuff. So I'm going to do that. That's probably going to be here next week. And then I'm going to Melbourne tomorrow. I got to do some stuff for clients and stuff like that. So I was waiting to do Wired Wednesdays, and then I'll shoot up there. Mining King has his rigs there that we're actually shipping back to him. So he's going to try out this time of use thing with electric. So doing that. But really, other than that, kind of just a relaxing week. I went swimming yesterday. I'm in South Florida, so it's nice and warm. Got some color. But yeah, looking at some products with GPURisers. It's kind of interesting seeing the proof of useful work and AI and everything. I've been doing a lot of research. Tara's been talking to a lot of different clients, who are already in the AI field. And it seems like they kind of overlap a lot. So I actually think I might be building out a rig for that. I think a couple months ago, I was looking into the website vast.ai.
Okay.
And the return is a lot higher than mining, but I know it's not like constant. So you kind of leave the rig, idle, and then whenever a project comes, it picks it up. So I'm going to be doing the server thing first. I got to build my node, and then after I build the node, then I'm going to start on an AI project, I think. So
that's going to be fun.
Second TR, let's go Nimbus Vist thing. Yeah. I was thinking of doing a bunch of Cumulus because I guess the Cumulus nodes are more profitable. You get a better return, but you have to you can only have so many on an IP address, and it's like, so maybe I'll do a Nimbus and then a couple Cumulus. I'm still mining Flux, so
okay.
And that's what we're doing, a giveaway today, right?
That's
Dave?
right. Yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway. You want to tell them what it's all about?
Yeah, we'll do. We were thinking, or should we do products? We don't really know if people are, interested in that, but we use a couple people will win, and then they've already won, a couple. So
yeah,
we're gonna do a hash rate giveaway. And so what that is I have a 8 card 3070 rig, and it gets about 500 souls on Flux. So we're going to give a hash rate away for a couple days to a winner in today's video. So
that'd be pretty cool. And then we'll just have them in a little bit as they start pouring in. We can just find out who we want to do the giveaway on, right? On what channel?
Yeah.
And everything else.
Yeah, we'll figure that out in a little bit, but
that's right. That's cool. Yeah.
Have you heard about the vast.ai thing? I know we mentioned it a couple minutes before the stream started, but have you looked into it at all?
A little bit, but Second TL asked me what's the PC in the back. So that white PC right there, that's actually like a starter for proof of use will work. So instead of going like crazy on it, I'm gonna I have a Ryzen 5. I have like an X470 board already. I have RAM, and obviously I have GPUs. So I'm gonna build that, put some fans in there, and I'll use that for like a little proof of use will work kind of rig. I didn't even tell you that, Mike. Yeah. So I'll put some wires. I'll do like all custom wires in there and stuff like that, and I'll use that for that. So Patrick Guyan, thank you for the $5 super chat. But he
had his message retracted. I'm not sure if he wanted us to answer it or not.
I didn't see it.
His question was, how would we as business owners deal with what Ledger's dealing with right now? Like a PR nightmare. Like you come out with, a product or a service or something that just is that's not taken well by the public. So
I mean,
personally, how I would handle it is I would kind of get ahead of it right away. If it's announced and you think it's good, I mean, first of all, these companies really should be doing like, testing with this, like public testing, getting like polls and, responses before just going public with all of this.
right.
So that it's weird that they went out with this, because if they did any kind of, market analysis on how, if people or current customers or future customers would be interested in something like this, then I think that they would have rolled that. They never would have went out with this. They never would have went public. And what's it called, a backup, is that what it says, called backup tool? I forgot what it was actually called.
Well, it's a controversial backup tool as crypto community
Yeah.
expresses discontent. So I have it up here. I don't know, is it too small?
I think the companies kind of need to like listen. I'm not going to get into the Bud Light thing and
Right.
the Anheuser-Busch, but you have to know your market and who you're selling to.
Right.
So if you come out with something like this and it's not well perceived, then you need to come out right away and just own it. You know what I mean? Just rolling with the punches and pretending like you don't care about what customers think, or where in the direction of where your business is going, then I mean it's going to result in what this has resulted in. I still think that they might try to roll this back. From my understanding, they have, I forgot what the thing is. I don't have it in front of me, but it's like an encrypted chip on it where you can back up the ledger with the new firmware update, and then you could just subscribe to the service, and it will send your seed out to like 3 different companies, or however
Right.
it's split up. But long story short, from my understanding, it was told to the public and customers that this wasn't possible, and now they're saying it is possible. So it's like, okay, was there like a back door to this the entire time? Like, I don't know. So long story short, yeah, answering when it comes to like PR, public relations and stuff like that as a business, I think it's better just to jump out ahead of it.
Yeah.
And just own up to it and just be like, this was an awful idea, whether it was a product or a service or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of better doing that. There was a time where I was getting into splitters after risers, and we had a horrible batch of splitters come through.
Okay.
And it was kind of crazy and hectic because I was doing the packing and everything like that, and we were just trying to get these things out. And it was like a good batch and then a really bad batch. It was something completely different. It was like, and a lot of them went out, and we started getting emails, we started getting everything. So in that instance, we just came out ahead of it. We saw whoever they were shipped to, just ship them new ones. As soon as the new ones came in, ship them out, because it's like, why try to backtrack or defend it when you messed up a little bit. I think if Ledger came out and said, hey, this was a stupid idea, this was horrible, it'll give them more credibility.
Just
but
own it.
again,
That's it. Be done with it.
Yeah.
And just move forward instead of just. I think there was like kind of like a, like, we'll see what happens. I think Chump Change was saying that or something like that. Like one of the devs or something owner. I'm not really 100% sure, but like kind of like a heckle, like, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Like,
but I mean, now that everyone knows that they have like this, again, I don't know the technical terms for it, but now that everyone knows that there's like a encrypted hardware on the ledger that can be exported as soon as you sign up for this or backed up. I mean, that's a huge problem. That was always a selling point with Ledger, that you have your phrase and you have to write it down. You got to put your 24 words down, put it somewhere, buried in the backyard type thing.
Right.
But there's no way to back this up. Now they just roll out a service for $10 a month. I mean, the way to do this, in my opinion, would have been release a new product, because I also read, and I do understand where they're coming from with this, where they want, everyone's so scared of crypto when they say, oh, put all your money in Bitcoin or, ABC coin or whatever it is, and put it on a cold wallet. But if you lose these numbers, the funds are forever gone. It's like kind of scary, like nerve wracking. And I think Chump Change made a video and he spoke about it. Like, what happens if you die? Someone inherits 24 words and they have no idea what to do with it. So there's like there's a place for this. I do think that they should offer this as a service, but it definitely should have been on a new product. Like, they should have released a product that's like for beginners, where when you buy that product, it has this chip on it, that it's meant for this service where they can back it up and you pay $10 a month.
Right.
It never should have been anticipated or built into these other ledgers. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I don't know.
it's a lot going on, so it's just a matter of I mean, I guess at the end of the day, how they're going to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
time will tell, but it doesn't seem promising, right?
No.
So
And Retro Mike's making good points in here, and DJ and Second TL and Mass Boost. I mean, it's yeah, what do you do? Do you just not update your firmware? Do you just, and then you have like, you know, then eventually you get to the point where to move funds, you're going to probably have to be on the new firmware, or Ledger Live is going to have some new Ledger Live 2 that you're going to have to download. And then, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's, if you're going to move money off of Ledger, then you probably should soon, you know?
it's, yeah, I mean, they're trying to, I guess in their regard, trying to help the end consumer, right? Just in case, like a oh crap button, right? It's just like oh, here you go, but it's not how it was presented or sold right to the consumer originally. So
it is scary, you know. I was in crypto for, you know, a while before I got a ledger, and it's always like, oh man, if I lose these 24 words or something like that, it's like, you know, I can see how it would bring a peace of mind to people that are first getting into crypto, where they're like, oh, it's so secure. This company has 3 different, you know, companies that hold different parts of the seed or whatever, but not for pre-existing products. You know what I mean? That's it's, I don't know what they were thinking. I looked at a couple different places online, you know, like Reddit and a lot of different articles, and it's just a disaster, like complete, you know, like Patrick said, it's you know, PR nightmare for Ledger right now. So
it's crazy. Yeah. So I guess we'll see. Time will tell, right, Mike?
Yeah.
It's just,
I you know, Patrick's talking about the business aspect. There's, you know, and the security implications, there's tons of those, but just from a business, I mean, jumping back from something like this, it's rough. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they roll this back, trying to roll it back, and then they're going to have to do all this, you know, like educating the consumer and educating the clients about how, you know, this chip on there can't be sent, you know, back, you know, the encrypted seed on this chip can't be sent back the way that they described it, and blah, blah, blah. But I think they're probably going to have to build out and do, you know, testing and R&D, and just build like a new device entirely, and make that device like a very cold storage, old school one, and then have a new device, you know, for people that want a $10 a month backup. But I see a lot of people that are going, I mean, I see it just from a business perspective, people are going to be switching to other companies like Trezor, and also what's that other one, the one that looks like a credit card, I can't remember the name of that one. But yeah, or just going back to the old school core wallets.
Well,
you know,
what's going on too, right? Also, you have a lot of content creators that push this product out, right? And now they're not going to push this product anymore with you know, with everything that's going on. So I don't know what they were thinking, honestly. It's not going to be good. So they're going to have to do a lot of they have to fix something. But I guess it seems like it's what's done is done for now, right?
Yeah.
But
because they're also probably trying to be innovative, you know, like at this point.
I get it.
Yeah, during the bull run and everything like that, people are like, "Oh, $100 for a ledger, great." You know, you know, I'll grab one, maybe I'll use it, maybe I'll grab 2 of them.
Right.
But now it's kind of like, okay, everyone that has one probably has one, and there's no reason to get a new one. You release one with a screen or, you know, anything like that, you know, it's a ledger at the end of the day, you know. And it's hard to sell a new product like that, even if they come out. I think they came out with one that has like a screen and stuff, and even me as a customer of theirs looking at that, I was like, okay, that's cool, but why would I need to upgrade that? What other features do you get from that? So, you know, they were probably struggling as a company, I think. You know, like every other crypto business during the bull runs and everything like that, they're growing, anticipating growth, and, you know, trying to, you know, prepare and hire people and everything like that. So in their head, they're like, okay, a subscription model, that would be perfect. You know, $10 a month. Everyone that has ledgers that's scared or whatever might pay the $10 a month, and then new customers will say, oh, you know, they might dive in and say, hey, you know, this isn't as scary as I thought, because this company can back it up. But the people that are in crypto see it as a complete nightmare, and I do too. So I don't know how they're going to come back from this, but
I don't know.
SafePal, any good? Yeah, that's what it is. CryptoPerks. Sorry,
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. It's called SafePal, the credit card one.
SafePal. Okay.
SafePal. Yeah.
DJ Mines was asking how much does Ledger cost. I don't have one personally, but a Joker Miner said $200. That's how much those things cost.
They're $200. Oh well, just wait a month. They'll be 45.
That'd be $25.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be a liquidation sale for ledgers,
and we won't charge you the subscription. Like what the hell?
Yeah, DJ Mine. So they sell them for 200 plus 120 a year. No way their shareholders gonna. Yeah, exactly. It's
that's crazy.
Like I said, it's a smart idea, but they should have released one like along with this feature that looked like a friendly like Tamagotchi or something like that. You know, that it appeals to all the people that are new in this that want to pay for that, and have a separate device for it. You know, make the money on that, but they should keep their OG wallets and or cold wallets like the Ledger X and Nano and stuff like that alone. But yeah,
I guess time will tell. You were saying about the Vast.ai, right? You wanted to see that? Yeah, we could get into that right now. We could just switch over. So Ledger, yeah, it's unfortunate, but we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah, we'll see. They're going to be doing some backtracking, I feel, but they also did an integration with FTX 2 months before the collapse. Yeah,
right.
But DJ Mines, what is everyone mining? I'm mining Lithium and Flux. So
yeah, I'm just still LTC, Doge, and Flux.
Yeah, Goat said Tamagotchi, you're showing your age. Patrick Game, yeah. But you guys know what I mean, like something super friendly, like put it in packaging with a bunch of bright colors and everything like that. Put it in claw machines, sell it like that. But I don't know, guys, like having it retroactively go on older products. I mean, that's what's crazy to me. It just blows my mind. But
it is nuts.
But yeah, I see you have Vast AI.
Yeah, we have Vast AI up here.
Yeah, if anyone, I'm sure a lot of people know what this is, but it's basically a marketplace where you can rent, your rig. It's like and people rent it for AI or, modeling or whatever they need computational power for. It's a really neat site, and I've been kind of bouncing the idea around, especially with, how proof of useful work is going and everything like that. It seems like that these rigs that are built for AI are going to be somewhat similar. I don't really know what proof of useful work is going to bring, but we've talked with a couple clients, and some of them do this AI stuff, and they have rigs built out for it. So seems like there's a huge demand for it. And you can also see all the specs right there, Dave. 14090, 130 Ti, and then and it's kind of like whatever you need. They have different processors, different amounts of RAM, and different upload and download speeds. So maybe if you have high speed fiber, it would be advantageous. I have
these are up and down right here. So like the two RTX 4090s. So like your up is 448, 657 down.
Yeah.
200 ports. So what is this? Number of open TCP.
So it's pretty cool, and you can see the
ports.
locations for like latency and all that kind of stuff. But it looks like that this is pretty popular. It looks like that this is where a lot is going. So instead of building new rigs right now, what I'm doing is I'm going to be like turning some of my older rigs into newer ones by buying a new like a motherboard that can support like an Epic, adding in high-end RAM and everything like that. And I think I'm going to do start off with high-end RAM, high-end CPU, put it at my house because I do have 5 gig fiber here, but I think I can only cap it out at, maybe I can find a PCIe card and just plug it straight in that can handle 5, and that would help on like these benchmarks and scores and everything like that. But I think I'm going to build one of these out, long story short.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
The only thing that's kind of stopping me, it's not stopping me, I'm going to get at least one, but the 4090s are like $1,700. It's crazy. But, maybe,
what is this?
Maybe there's a way to do an analysis on this. I'd be really interested to see what is being rented, how often it's being rented, and everything like that. Because, if you calculate it out, one 4090 at 44 cents an hour, even if you have utilization of like, 10 hours a day. I mean, that's pretty good. That's way more than mining.
Well, this is for a consumer to rent this, though, right? This is not what we're going to get. So, like, let's just say, is there something that this is how we would be using it's type of like a proof of useful work, right? Like we're utilizing our stuff.
Yeah. Proof of useful work is going to have, it's going to use all aspects of the rig, for the most part. I don't know exactly how it's going to be set up, how it's going to be different. All I know is that from my conversations with like some of these AI guys who have, rigs on Vast.ai,
right?
It's similar enough,
okay.
that if you, like, for instance, one of these rigs right here that you see would be, you could move it over to proof of useful work and it'd be good to go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially look at all these up and down speeds.
Yep. Yeah.
What is this? Look at this.
What?
2441 up, 2734 down.
So I'm saying I have 5 gig internet. I could compete with these guys.
Oh my god!
I have to justify the internet. Everyone gives me shit for the internet, but I had to do it.
This is
Patrick Gee and a compute analysis is coming soon. Yes, it is. I'm gonna break out the good old Excel sheets and start testing this out. But
that's nuts.
Yeah, no, it uses like every part of it. You can see NVMe there, so you have fast read writes.
Yeah,
you have the internet, graphics card, CPU, motherboard, and of course RAM.
Now this the site is changing live too. So is this possible that basically people are pressing rent and now it's just changing and they're utilizing what you just saw? Like that's crazy. It's like, look, 34090s,
people use it, and
$1 an hour to do work.
Yeah, no, it's again, doing an analysis on this would be interesting. Like if you had like a 3090 and 2.5 gig internet, would it rent for the same as like a 4090 with 200 megabit down and up? Like I don't know the answers to them, but it'd be interesting to do comparisons and stuff like that,
right?
To see. So
pretty cool.
Yeah, DJ Mines, what are your thoughts on the payout for Vast AI? I don't know about the payout on Vast AI. Is there something that's like a big cost in there? GPURisers, Saturn node required 10 gigabits up and down bandwidth.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't have that.
This gets you lines, Mike.
Yeah. I guess I could.
That
would be a whole different level of. I just ordered a server, so I'm gonna create my first virtual machine next week. I'll do a video on that. I am gonna learn all this though. I'm like adamant about it. So, wait, it says it's on the screen. What's on the screen? It's hard for me to see it. Let me.
What's on the screen?
Up. Probably
you.
The payout for Vast.ai. On the right side, how much it costs to rent. So of course, Vast needs a cut of that. Yeah, I don't know what the cut is. No idea. I imagine the cut for this kind of stuff will be, even if it is large, like just say it's like 15% or something like that.
Right.
I do see it getting lower and lower and lower because I know it's like an exploding area right now, but there's going to be, other websites competition that's going to be crazy, and then proof of useful work, if it does stuff like this as well, then the margins are probably going to get razor thin on it, just because of competition entering the market.
It's insane.
Gigaball Traders, do I need to send you a server too, my man? I appreciate it. We could work out a trade or something. I heard that you do trades for stuff, so we could work out something. But Goat, if you didn't hear, I did get a Dell R730. I think it's 128 gigs of DDR4, and I don't remember off the top of my head, but it has two 2698 V4s, so 40 cores, and I did that so I can run a Nimbus node. I'm like adamant about running this Nimbus node. I was looking on all these other processors, and none of them could run it, so went with that one. But what's up, Max? I see.
Let me
Just
see
got
here.
here. If you
You
click
saying
the
that?
unavailable checkbox, it will show you which different configurations that actually sell and how much. Oh, that's perfect, Max. Let's do that.
So unavailable. Where's
Yeah, I haven't dove into doing this yet. I'm definitely going to be doing all this like analysis before I put the money into building out a rig. But thanks for pointing that out, Max.
so what is it showing now? He said I didn't read it. What did he say? Just got here. Unavailable checkbox. I'm going to show you the different configurations that actually sell and how much.
Let's see, Retro Mike. I have a Tesla GPU. I can say. Oh, hit me up on Discord, Retro Mike. I'll buy it from you because
Okay.
I do need one. And Goat
Can't see
says that's
through
the
this
same
thing
server.
here.
I have a dual 28 core.
It says one or
All
two
right,
is
yeah, I should
4090.
message
So
you
what does that
first.
mean? Verified.
All right, well, I'm gonna send you a message, Goat, and we could chat because I'll probably be in the market for another one sometime soon.
This is the only one that it's showing. Right here.
So those are the ones that are unavailable right now.
This
I
one's
guess, right?
unavailable. Oh, okay. Oh, Max was saying that show unavailable that someone's actually currently using this one right now, renting it. Correct? Is that what he was saying?
Well, the ones that say unavailable, yeah. How many are
One.
there? Like,
Two.
I think that one says. Oh, that one says rent. So that one is available.
Well, I have unavailable checked over here. Let's see here. Unavailable offers. Right?
Yeah, I think unavailable is currently rented. I think that's.
I think the ones that are here, these are all unavailable. I'm just not reading the damn thing. Here, look. All these are unavailable, Mike. Look at this. They say it on the right-hand side, unavailable. Jesus. So these are all being rented right now. Holy crap. This one you can rent.
Yeah. Don't buy the Tesla. What was it called? It was.
Jesus.
I'm so bad with the server stuff, but like an X80 or something. It might have not been a Tesla, but the R730 can hold certain GPUs in it, like the server grade GPUs. And I want to say it was something X80 or I don't know. I don't even know if I need them in there, honestly.
That's
but,
crazy.
Maybe one. Yeah, Max is saying all the grayed out ones. A 4090 charges you about 40-50 cents. I'd assume as a miner you can expect 30 cents an hour. Yeah. Is that what a 4090 makes mining? 30 cents an hour?
A 4090?
Yeah.
35, 36 cents.
Maybe pull up what to
140.90
mine,
right here.
Dave. I'm curious now.
What's a mine?
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second. Let me take a look.
Retro Mike, I'm sending it to him. No, I appreciate it. Like I said, with the server stuff, I'm just kind of like, I've been trying to read stuff all online with it, and I have a server case in my garage, so I just bought one and I figured I'll throw it in there, and I'm gonna learn all this.
So what did you want to see on here?
Everyone else have fun with
on
it.
how do you want to set it up?
Maybe just click. Can you click 4090 and just click calculate? Maybe zoom it in a bit. I can't really see. If I can't
4090?
see that,
How come it's not zooming in? Before it zoomed in. Oh, see that? Everything was working so smooth, Mike, and then this happens. There we go. I don't want to cut everything off. That works, right?
GPUs, you don't want them waste energy. You get a 12 gigabyte A2000.
So what do you want to do? 14090 on what? Oh, wait, you have 33070s. What are we doing here?
Let's see, DJ. I assume once Flux comes in and other projects come price will need to drop to compete. Yeah, that's what I think. It's like, how I see this really is Vast.ai is probably like in eBay right now. But once there's marketplaces out there, there's going to be like, 1,000 websites and they're all going to be undercutting each other.
I mean, it's just going to grow just like everything else, right?
Yeah.
The crypto space.
Yeah, I think you have to click the 3070 to make so it's not green, Dave. Yeah, and then just run.
Well, it's supposed to be none. We just want 14090.
Yeah.
And then what else are we doing? What are you putting it on?
Just that, and just click calculate.
Just calculate.
Let's see what it says there. All right. What do we got? Down a little bit. 33 cents. Okay. And I mean, but when you, what are these coins? Yeah. I gotta wait. The YouTube is like so far behind, so I have one screen where like everything is like it's like live, you know, so I can actually see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so about 30 cents. So I mean, the AI is not that different, but by the time you sell Nexa or Ironfish or any of these, really, the fees are going to really be built up.
What was this based on? Did we do 10 cents kilowatt per hour?
Yeah. Keep in mind, AI is max TDP. That is a really good point. Yeah.
10 cents is kind of like 13, man.
I mean, you could probably, or well, I don't want to say probably, because I think Vast.ai is like an OS that you install on the rig. So I was gonna say maybe you could, like underclock it a little bit, but then that's gonna hurt your ratings, your benchmarks and stuff like that when they're benchmarking the rigs.
Right.
So yeah, it will be max TDP. But you don't really have to deal with a whole bunch. So
yeah. So yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, we keep forgetting to send. What? I'm gonna send Mike or Hawk the link, but every live stream we want people to come on and everything like that. We just always.
I put the link. I pinned it.
Oh, you put the link. Okay.
It should be the link.
Yeah, anyone that wants to come on, you're more than welcome. Let me. Mike, the link is in the thing. I'll just send it to you.
It's on the.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Oh, there he is. Okay.
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Oh, you know,
talking
I'm having
about some AI
with my
stuff,
main
Mike.
man, Jeff Key.
Yeah.
And bro, I'm so bad at fucking names, bro.
Scott.
Scott, that's right. Say what's up, guys.
What up?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Not much.
I like the hat, Mike.
I like the
You like the hat, right? Oh, it's official now, man. It's official.
Did they give you a hat?
A sticker in my pocket too. There you go.
They can't see it.
Nah, they can't see it, but it's a cool sticker.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are you guys up to? You talking about AI, I assume?
Yeah,
we're talking about AI.
I'm gonna build out an AI rig, and I've been talking a little bit about the server I bought. Definitely should have hit up Goat before I did that, but
you're 5 up and 5 down that you wasted money on, Mike.
Hey, you say it now. Just wait. I'm gonna make a use for it.
Yeah, but it's not gonna make you better at StarCraft, man.
Yeah, no, it will.
Man.
I want a rematch, but I need like a couple weeks prep.
It's all right, man. Yeah, we play StarCraft heavy, bro. Like
Oh man,
me, Mike, Red Panda, DJ Mines. We have like full on battles, bro. 4-on-4, 5-on-5.
How does Jeff Key like Miami?
It's too hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah, it's pretty hot, right? Yeah.
He calls me. He's like, hey, I'm in this like really sweaty land area place. Like, yeah, welcome to Miami, bro.
Super humid.
It's the land it's a swamp land basically.
Right.
Nature's always trying to take back, what's there. So
the weather's nice tonight, though. It's not too hot out.
Yeah,
it's breezy over by the water. But I'm just dropping in to say what's up.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I don't want to be rude and stay on the phone.
Any live questions now that I'm here?
Any questions?
Live questions. Look at that.
Live questions.
Uh-oh,
live questions from Florida.
Over here.
Let's go, guys.
Well, I guess it got kicked off.
I don't know what happened. I didn't press anything.
Mining King said 2 biggest Hollywood movie stars and $2. Thanks, Mining King. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Oh, here we go. You must have pressed
New
it.
England Crypto, what's up?
My bad. I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, you hit the wrong button. I got this down pack now. So
yeah.
What's up, Jeffkey? How you doing?
Hey.
Jeffkey, I'm trying to build a rig right now, and I'm looking at the specs on Vast.ai. What do you think about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Should I be going heavy in like 4090s, or is it quantity over quality?
Quantity over quality, definitely for one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You heard it first,
We
everyone.
gotta figure it out.
I'm Jeffkey right here.
Yeah. I just know with my luck, I'm gonna build out an entire thing. It's gonna be useless by the time everything goes live. I just know it.
Not be useless. If you go in 4090s, it will not be useless.
No, okay. Well,
Yeah, he'll spend the money too. Don't fool it. Mike getting in a 4090s tomorrow just because.
yeah. No, I got to figure out what a server motherboard is first before I can figure out what a before he gets a 4090. But
Just remember, there's an on button, and it's usually
Yeah.
like
But
red or
man.
green.
I'll give one secret tip to plug it in. RX 580s are gonna be top notch for producer. You have 580s running, I'll make sure you get an extra.
I should have held on to them for 5 years ago.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh well. But
That's awesome.
I just love my 580s. That's it.
Yeah. So who else is there? It's you said Scott's there. Who's Scott?
Scott's here.
Hey Scott, how you doing?
How you doing, Scott?
Good, good.
He
Nice.
actually
Well,
followed me on Twitter. I had no idea.
Nice.
I was like, "Wait, that's you?" He goes, "Yeah, bro." I'm like, "Motherfucker, what are you
I
saying?"
think he follows most of you.
So,
I follow just about.
do you really?
Yeah,
I dude,
I watch a ton of streams. I follow.
like, hi, my name
people.
is Scott, not Dabatola. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, I'm-
I'm just playing.
All right. Well,
All right, I'll see you guys later. We're enjoying some coffee, and then I think we're gonna dip soon.
All right.
Miami gets allowed late hours, so.
enjoy Miami.
Enjoy it. That was a nice little surprise.
All right.
Appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you.
Yeah. See you
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Later. Hit the
Bye.
like button, fools.
Oh, Hawk. It's the
I
best.
was
That
gonna
was
actually
nice.
head down there, Dave, but I couldn't miss Wired Wednesdays. So
You could have been on
and
the
it's
phone.
Miami. I'll do anything not to go down. I'm just kidding.
But I mean, you could have went on the phone, Mike, and then basically we wouldn't have had any dings at least, right? Because you
Yeah.
wouldn't have brought your
Yeah.
laptop. This would have been on your phone. We could have done that too.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have this beautiful backdrop for everyone.
Yeah.
My white wall. I'll get something on it.
Oh,
I was thinking of just, I know this is going to sound weird, but like a wallpaper, like a concrete wallpaper, and then putting some, I have some weird stuff. I have like a life-size baby Yoda or Grogu.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and
That's
I
pretty
have,
cool.
yeah, I'm a big Star Wars and Marvel fan, so I have also like an Infinity Gauntlet. I have cool stuff. You guys will like it. I'll
You
put it
need
over there.
You need to put the cool stuff up there, Mike.
Yeah, I'm also going to change the view. I need to do what you do, Dave. Like you have the camera right here, and
Yeah.
like it's perfect. But my screen is like this high, so it's like I don't even know what I'm doing. So
Oh, you
I'll
have
do
them
the
like
server first.
this. Like I did my screens again for like the 4th time.
yeah,
I'm never happy. The whole thing is like the mic's like kind of in my way a little bit. It's just I don't like anything to obscure my vision at all. So like when I'm looking at one screen, it's just this pole here kind of bothers me a little bit, but you gotta adapt, I guess, right?
yeah.
Do it for the YouTube. Do it for the YouTube.
What's everyone saying? All in A100s. Yeah, no.
So let's ask chat. Let's do the giveaway right now, right? It's been long enough. Let's do the giveaway,
Okay.
right? So let's ask chat who we should whose channel we should use.
Poll on this. I think you have to do a poll on yours, right?
Do a poll?
Yeah,
You want to do a poll on?
I've never done a poll.
I don't know how to do a poll.
Okay,
I have
well,
community,
we'll do it next
community stuff here. Yeah, no, that's something
Yeah.
to learn next time. I would think it would
Yeah.
just pop up over here. Let me see
time.
here.
Goat saying I need a casting couch like better monitor. Yeah. We'll get the same one. Dave's gonna let me know what model it is, and we'll get the same one. We're just gonna have the same
Listen,
background.
That's
We'll
a
just do that.
pull-out couch for like almost. It's a little bit bigger than queen size, right? It's
Yeah.
IKEA special. Just go on IKEA, you'll see it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sleeping on
Okay.
it, you know. So I
Miami
mean, it's
King,
comfortable.
any business news. That's what he said. Business news. Yeah, Dave's doing it with a 6-pin to dual 6-pin. I think we covered it in the beginning, but
Yeah, you just gotta
yeah.
watch in the beginning, Monty King.
yeah, I am working on some stuff for AI and proof of
Right.
useful work. Some hardware for that. So
Hold on one second.
it's
What
in the
poll
works.
did you want me to do, Mike? You said do a poll. I found out how to do a poll.
okay. Oh, I was just gonna say for what channel we should do the.
Then you have to put
comment channel.
you have to put like names and stuff like that. We'll
Yeah,
do away
or
with that.
network bits. Yeah, that's a good one. We could do network bits. Retro Mike said that.
Oh,
Everyone's making the pull-out
geek
jokes.
of all trades. That's pretty funny. I'm not gonna read that. That was funny though. We'll do
DJ Mines.
What's
Tell
everybody
us
saying?
about Virginia. Okay. I know it's been like I posted a little bit on Twitter about it a couple weeks ago. My vlogs are about like a week and a half to 2 weeks behind.
Mhm.
I kind of do that on purpose just so that it's there's time to keep going and stuff like that. And so that I'm out of town or in town and everything like that. Obviously, I'm not in Virginia right now. I'm in Florida, but Mining King, I'm not rewinding. I'm lazy. DJ, the Virginia location is we made a partnership with a private individual who has a private mining farm. So they don't do hosting or anything like that. It's basically ASIC containers, and the individual leases out space. So we have a total of 120 slots. We might be able to go a little bit more, but we are getting filled up on them. So that is our location in Virginia. We've been up there a lot. We're under contract and everything. Or Terra is under contract with them. So that's been going great. There was an outage the other day, I think yesterday morning. It's like things that you can't prevent. Like when a storm comes and a tree branch hits a line, like it goes down. I mean, it's not down for a long time, but out there in Virginia, everything is really stable. Air quality is really nice. Temperatures are great, especially these containers. I mean, I've been around these a lot recently. Not a lot, but more than normal. And I don't think you could build a better system for ASICs. Like an intake and an outtake, and it just rips in and out. And I don't think you could find better locations than like in Virginia, where the air quality is like, there's no salt, there's no, not really any impurities. With pollen and everything like that, you have filters. But yeah, I know the team at Terra has been like back and forth thinking about, how we're going to, going forward, do GPUs and stuff in the future. And it seems like these containers are the way to go with it. Let's see. We have veteran miner. You're on here,
yeah.
Right? Veteran miner.
I'm on here.
Max voltage GPURisers. Are you going to be doing a 16 PCIe lane riser? Maybe. Let's see. Network bits. I read Max's question.
Yeah, I got
I'll just kind of tell you guys. We are going to be doing 16x lanes. Now, there's been we've looked at this in the past, but there was never really a reason to do it, and they were popular for mainly, I think, gamers. Like if you kind of see my computer there, you can vertically mount a GPU in there, then you can have it's like a whole ribbon cable, and you don't need those to be powered because it gets enough power from the 16x lane. So we are currently looking into different models, I want to say. But right now we're focusing on 4.0 PCIe ribbon cables. So it's one of those things where we're, in the process of, manufacturing and stuff like that. So it takes a lot. You have to go through a lot of crap to find some good stuff. So, but yeah, so we're doing that.
So I have the channel be Network Bits, and then I just put in the chat, and then comment on this hash rate.
Oh.
Sounds good.
I see Chump is saying, can you please not make them white? They will 100% be white.
So everybody in chat, comment on that I just put in the chat, and then hashtag hash rate, and then I'm going to start setting this up. So we can and we have the viewer call in too. So if anybody wants to call in and stuff like that, we have that available.
Max voltage 8x lane PCIe might be the sweet spot due to motherboard configs. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of difficult to judge right now. You don't want to dive into products and everything like that and build up inventory and then, not really have a use for it. So kind of what, we were looking at, company wise, like GPURisers wise, is we know that there's a demand for PCIe 4.0 risers, ribbon risers. So that's kind of where our head's at with that right now. But we're also exploring different, areas of the market, such as, not different areas, but, 4.0 and 5.0. Like for instance, that vast.ai website, it kind of gives like an overall score for everyone's machine. If you had a 5.0 PCIe board that was capable of it and a card that was capable of PCIe 5.0 and you had a ribbon cable between it that was 5.0, would it benchmark enough to bring you above other people? And, you know, would it be cost effective to do that? Because, you know, everything that we've looked at over the past, you know, couple months, you know, as, you know, proof of use will work in AI and everything like that has been coming to fruition here. You know, the cost for 5.0 is astronomical compared to 4.0. So, and the benefits are not really there yet. And also the people who are buying 5.0 boards, you know, with the processors that allow it and have the lanes and everything. I mean, those are really expensive server boards, expensive processors. So it kind of comes out of, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because everyone knows with tech, it's kind of like, you know, if you buy a, you know, 5.0 cable that is going to be, you know, in multiples in cost compared to a 4.0 cable, is it worth it to future-proof it? Because in 4 to 6 months, that 5.0 cable is going to be cheaper to produce. It's going to be more, produce more. You know, and right now, I don't even think you can find a 5.0 on Amazon or really any companies touching it. It's kind of like a specialty product. So, let's see here. We got why white? Because white is faster. Asking cyclists. Patrick Guillen, well-priced PCIe bifurcation is required. Yeah, it's there's just a lot, you know, with the difference between 4.0 and 5.0. 4.0 and 5.0 was like 15% increase, not much. Kyle Rosa, yeah, but I kind of like, I want to say I'm like looking at it in a way where even if it is just a little bit faster, maybe your AI rig that you build out will get bumped up on the leaderboards. And even if it's just say 5% faster, right? We'll just use that number. I don't know why I'm playing with the pen constantly, but let's just say it's 5% faster. That might put you above someone else on the ratings. You know what I mean? So you might, it's not so much about the speed, it's so much more about the supply and demand on the market. So, you know, if your rig is getting rented out for a couple more hours every day compared to one that's not, just because of that small little tweak, then it might be worth it. But I don't know. Again, I got to do like an analysis and pop out those spreadsheets and start looking at this stuff, because it's definitely an interesting area. But I do plan on building a 4.0 PCIe 4090 AI rig. I do want to really get into that. I just got to pick out the board, mother, and processor. I don't know which way to go with that. So,
yeah, I mean, there's a lot involved, right? So
yeah,
it's just like you can go crazy with like all the type of possibilities what you can do, right? How you can build things, how you can build the servers, and then what to get for servers. There's a million different types of servers that you can build. So it's just like, you know, you got King on your side, right? King will be able to help you out a lot, you know? That's your ace in the hole.
I mean, there's not much, you know, I want to say there's not much risk with it, right? You know, you buy a used super micro board and you buy, you know, a used EPYC, buy used RAM, and really the only thing that you might eat it on is the 4090s. But, you know, if it ends up not doing as well as you think, or, you know, it's not useful. I mean, you bought everything kind of used besides the 4090s, of course, but yeah, it's kind of like, why not dive into it and at least learn it, right? If this is the tech that's around the corner, you know, for, you know, whether it's your mining on proof of useful work or AI, if this is what's around the corner, then I want to learn about it now, you know, even if it's something as stupid as like having, you know, 2 processors on one board. Like I've not experienced with that. I'm not experienced with servers or anything like that, but I figured, you know, now is probably a good time to start learning it.
Right.
So, you know, make mistakes now rather than, you know, when everything's hectic and chaotic. Making mistakes can cost you a lot more money. So,
well, let's do the giveaway. Let's do the hash rate giveaway right now. So let me just put this on here. I think it's been
oh, did we say what hash? Oh yeah, it's 500 souls on Flux.
Right.
And I don't know how. Let's calculate how much that is, because I want to make it advantageous for people. Not advantageous, but make it interesting.
Yeah, I thought you explained it, but
yeah, but I don't know how. If it's only a day, let's see what a day would get you.
Okay, stand by. Mike's doing the math.
Stand by.
Hold on. Be right
It
back.
looks like that would only get you about 2.5 flux. So let's do it for 5 days. I'll do
5 days? Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess they'll send you the DM you the wallet and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. If you guys
Yeah.
win, whoever wins, just hit me up on Discord. You can send me the wallet, and what we'll do is I'll change the settings. Probably not tonight if you're quick with it, but probably sometime tomorrow we can get that going. And yeah.
All right, so let's put the number in here. What do we have here? 17 comments. So you ready to do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Bacon, eggs, and
and
hash. Are you in the chat? I've seen him. I think he's here.
Let's see here.
Yeah, no one mind our 45-second delay between our live and
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah. So here's the winner. What do we got going on?
Bacon, eggs, and he's here.
He's
I
here?
think so.
Okay.
No, I don't see it yet, but I've a good feeling.
Well, he put on there. I mean, he won. So.
Yep, he's here. He's here. Bacon, eggs, and hash. Just shoot me a
Nice.
DM on Discord. We'll get it all set up for you.
Awesome.
But I do see other people. I see King. There's no one knows the numbers, no marketplace, no customers. But I mean, King, we're talking about a vast AI. I mean, there's a supply and demand, and it already created a market, so you can kind of see what the prices are. But yeah, I know it'll be interesting. That's for sure. But yeah, no, it's exciting. All this proof of useful work and AI stuff because.
Oh, yeah.
When I started in 2016, it was like, okay, we're mining Ethereum or Bitcoin, and these machines are just solving random equations, not useful work. You know what I mean? It's securing blockchains, but it's not useful
Right.
work. And I always kind of was thinking back then, I'm like, if these things could all be intertwined, it would be, just amazing, where people could actually just rent out hash power or not hash power, rent out computational power. And I know you could back then a little bit. They had some stuff, but now it's becoming so, it's just flooded, and I think that this is going to really be like the next crypto run. I
Yeah.
think computer parts are going to be scarce, but it also requires more than the usual mining rig,
What's crazy
There's
is
a lot
just
of
that
people
this is like everything that's going on right now. Sorry to interrupt you, Mike. It's just like everything that's going on right now. It's like it's the bear market, right?
Mhm.
This is not like a boom or anything like that. There's so many projects, so many things going on right now. So it's just exciting to see what's going to take off, right? That's
Yeah.
what everyone's waiting for. Watching
Yeah.
content creators, day in, day out. What's the crazy thing going to happen, for all of us that we can all benefit or whatever the case may be. So it's just, it's really cool. Really, really cool. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's interesting. It reminds me of the beginning days with like Ethereum mining and stuff. I wasn't there in 2014 when it started, but
right.
You can hear chatter about it, and you can hear, I think Microsoft's paying something like $700,000 a day to run ChatGPT. It might be the whole open AI thing. That
Must be
image
nice
thing
to
as
have
well,
deep
but-
pockets,
I mean, it's crazy though, but
Jeez.
that's just like chatting and stuff like that. I mean, that's
I know.
the AI that I've seen. On Twitter, I mean, Drake's coming out with songs that he didn't write. You know what I mean? It's like analyzing his voice. There's a Nirvana song that I heard, and it's all AI. And movies. You can generate movies. It's just we're at like the cusp of it, and it's going to just require astronomical amounts of power or infrastructure, like not just power, but what I mean, computational power. So. I think it's just going to get more and more embedded in society. AI as a whole, it's going to be like an aid, almost like Google was, or exactly like Google was,
Right.
except, it's can help in many different ways. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. What's this? A lot of data. If you have a cap, that'll be an issue, most likely. Yeah, I mean, I had a cap with Xfinity Comcast. I'll give you guys the numbers because that's why I did the 5 gig. But I think I was paying like $125 a month.
Hold on, give me the numbers,
Xfinity.
Mike. I'll be right back. Hold on, someone's
Okay.
calling me. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I think I had it was right around $125 because every month I went over by like 100 gigs or something like that. I don't even know how. It's like literally just Netflix and like the occasional Call of Duty. Like I don't know what's using it, but I had a terabyte of bandwidth a month, and so I was paying $125 for that, and it was I think $600 down and like $35 up. And so AT&T in the neighborhood here, I was driving by and I saw them open up the box for AT&T. It was just all fiber. So I was like, why didn't I hear about this? So I went on and I have 5 gig fiber now for $180 a month. And I know it's not useful. I do actually have, it's not going to be on a vlog eventually. I don't know when it's going to come out, but soon. I got this Wi-Fi mesh system, and then I have it connected here, hardwired to my PC, and then I have like a Ethernet adapter, USB to Ethernet. That's a 2.5. So on my main computer now, I get around like 1,200 down, but I get about 2,500 upload. And with AT&T, I have no data cap. So very happy with that, especially with where these projects seem that they're going. I was actually talking to King about one project. Forgot what it's called. Mysterium or Mysterioso. I don't know what it was, but it's like a project that actually uses bandwidth, which is kind of cool. So yeah, let's see. Okay, there'll be a lot of data. Who's still holding render up 30% this week, nearly 20% today? DJ. I'm not holding any of it. I'm late to the game here. Joker Miner GPURisers, the Virginia location is at 08 or 09. It's I'm assuming you're talking about power costs. Right now we're still charging 13.5 cents for ASICs. We are going to be eventually lowering it, but we have to hit a little bit more. So
What I miss, Mike?
Huh?
What I miss? I'm back.
Tons of stuff. 3 people came on.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. So
Mysterium is a VPN. Yeah, I gotta look more into that, King. See, King, I told you could hop on, and now you're chatting, you're dropping all these fun little facts here. But
he's chatting.
Mysterium, I guess he had installed on his for a little bit, but it might have been causing issues. I don't know. We spoke about it briefly, but yeah, it is going to be a project that I'm going to look into, because at my house I could technically get like, I think the guy said like 3 or 4 lines if I wanted to. So I don't think I'll have any use for that. I don't have any use for the 5 right now. I'm maxed out at 2.5, but that's why I'm kind of getting into all this stuff. I'll figure it out. I kind of just wanted to have it, just to expand it into it, I guess you could say.
Mike, how many people out of all the people we all know, you're like the only one that has like a 5 gig service.
Yeah, no.
Let's be honest. I mean, King has 2 gigs, right? But he has 2 separate lines. Like, you have a single 5 gig service.
Yeah,
it's just insane. Like, jeez.
Yeah. In 2.5, it went in increments of 1 to 2.5 to 5. Which, not looking back, but maybe 2.5 would have been fine, because that's currently what I'm maxed at with devices. But the Wi-Fi mesh system I got can handle up to 10 or 8 or something. I don't know. It's an intense Wi-Fi mesh system. It'll be in a vlog. But
what we're talking about? What you and I talked about behind the scenes?
Yeah. It's like I am going to switch eventually to Ubiquity. I know I said I was going to do that eventually, but I needed something quick, and so I did this Wi-Fi mesh thing. But what was I think King says I'm like reading the comments while doing this, staring at this bright light.
I'm doing both.
But yeah, no, 5 gig is kind of it's actually kind of common. I don't want to say it's common, but it's down here in South Florida. The lines that AT&T laid were all capable up to 5. Or no, I'm sorry, they're actually capable up to 10. That's what the guy told me, the tech that installed it. He said that they eventually will roll out 10. But right now, he said anyone who even gets 2.5, it's pointless. There's people that are getting 2.5 or 5 that literally just watch Netflix. Like all the equipment that it's connected to is only capable of doing like 500, meg up and down. So
Right. You have ports that are like 2.5. I mean, what kind of motherboard would you get or to use 5 full gigs? That's another thing.
Well,
right?
yeah, that wasn't. That's another thing. I think I don't know. I'm trying to do some projects here, but this computer here, you can see it. There's actually no glass on this side because I put a CPU cooler on it that's too big, so I can't close the case. It's a micro ITX board, and it has a 3090 Ti for the win in there. So I can't. The only way I can get a 5 gig lane. What's up, King?
Sorry,
it's good.
King loves talking about my.
He just added me. I was actually
right
looking at some. I was reading something,
That's
so
it.
I was just like, oh, he put me in. I'm like, okay.
But
Sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, to get the full 5 gigs out of this thing, I would need to add a 1X like PCIe card to do it, but I can't fit anything in it. So I'm playing with the pen again. But yeah, I can't fit anything more in there. So what I would need to do is buy a new case and a new motherboard, and then put that card in there, because I know I can get above 2.5 because my upload like dings right at like 2.49.
King's got his work cut out for him to set all that up, right?
I know I'm close. I'm gonna do it eventually. But like I said, I have this whole thing of plans that I have to do, and
so
I'm just gonna be calling Jared every day.
Let me just get this like correct. Like what do you plan to have there that you need to saturate the 5 gigs with?
I don't know yet.
Download video games?
Because I'm just gonna say this. Even just having separate 1 gigabit lines, I upload like YouTube videos like this, right? It's like almost instantaneous. So I don't see like why you need 5 for that. Like, you're not a Node guy. You're not. I mean, I know you want to have a Nimbus. I know you want to have 1 Nimbus, right? But you don't need 5 gigabit for the Nimbus. Okay, that's only 50 meg. All right, like.
Well, let me ask you this, King. What if I built out like 3 of those AI rigs, right? And they go on vast.ai. I can have each one, benchmarked and have like a gig up and down, right? So I could have 3 there with a dedicated gig to each of them, right? That's pretty good.
You're gonna have 3 rigs of 4090s.
Maybe more. Maybe more.
I might have 1 rig with 4090s.
So much money. That's like 50, 60 grand right there. Oh, I mean, if you want to do
when
it,
I say rigs of 4090s, it's like it'll be like 3 of them or 4 of them. I don't know. I got to do an analysis.
I mean, come on. If you're gonna do rigs to 4090s, come on. They got to be big boy rigs now.
Yeah, then I got to upgrade the AC in my garage. I have a split unit I put in the garage, and it's not even enough for Florida. So
just leave them out there by the pool.
Yeah. No, I'll just put them in the backyard. I'll run a wire back there. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but they did tell me, they're like, if you don't use it, you can downgrade it if you want. So I could technically call them and downgrade it to 2.5, but I'm gonna pay the extra like $30 a month for the 5 just to see what little projects I can do. What about
that's the only
Mysterium,
difference?
King?
That's the only difference?
Yeah, it's only like $30.
Only $30 for another 2.5 gigs.
Yeah. That's why I did it. It's not like I'm paying an exorbitant amount.
$30 for 2.5 gigs. Who gets that? Yeah. Besides Mike right now. It's unheard of.
OnlyFans upload 8K. Yeah, we never know. The Terra fans.
I would say the 5 gigabits should be for somebody with advanced networking or server stuff. Like, even your 2.5 gig, man.
It's on
even
the way.
Even the 2.5 gig would be more than enough for you, but it's all right, man. Look, networking's gonna cost you a small fortune. Now, realize though,
that's true.
Ubiquiti does not go up to 5 gig.
Isn't it like 2.5 or 3 gigs max?
Yeah, you're not gonna get the full 5 gigs there. So I mean, either way, if you want to go Ubiquiti, you're gonna be limited to the hardware. So then there's still a limitation there.
What hardware goes to 5 gigs, King? What hardware goes to 5 gigs?
Well, I know Ubiquiti doesn't do that on their Dream Machine. The other one is Draytech, which is the one that I have, but like Draytech is good, but there's some things I don't like about it. I mean, I can work with it, but see, but then it's gonna get into like advanced stuff. So then he's gonna like, he's definitely calling me every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's calling me every day about it. So,
well, I didn't get the 5 gigs so that I could have like my computer upload at 5 gig. That's not why I did it. It's
Okay.
because I kind of saw this stuff coming a couple months ago.
I thought you got it to beat Hawk at StarCraft. I thought that was the whole purpose.
Yeah, and I will. I'm a lot faster now. But no, I got it so that I could have like 2 or 3 of these AI machines like dedicated, 1,000 up and 1,000 down to each of them, and still have my house, the other stuff at 2. It wasn't for like one thing to have 5 up and 5 down. I'm gonna try to. Don't get me wrong, but it was still like separated out a little bit. You know what I mean? But
It's not
I don't know,
bad.
for $30 a month, having it, I don't know. Maybe it's useless.
Well, no, because I'm gonna say it's for like regular consumers, right? 5 gigs probably is not there yet, right? Being like across the board, 5 gigs is probably a reach. Where right now 2.5 gig on, I'm gonna say not bottom tier motherboards, but like higher end gaming motherboards now, like the B series and stuff like that, like the Strix and stuff. They're starting to come out with a regular 2.5 gig land on the motherboard, so it's starting to get there. But yeah, 5 gigs is not here yet. And if you're going 5 gigs or up, well, I mean, okay,
I can show it to you over the camera out there.
Yeah, I know
So,
you got it.
He's got it.
The guy that has no networking experience
Nothing.
whatsoever
He
has
gets
5
5
gigs.
Yep.
Yeah, I've set up some networks.
So he can so he can watch Netflix, and beat Hawk at StarCraft at the same time, and no latency.
Yeah, exactly. But
And say that he
I
has
do
5
see
gigs.
comments. Crypto perks, GPURisers. Are you going to document your AI journey? Yes, 100%. It's I like the word
So
journey. It'll be a train wreck, but
you could
understood.
actually set up a pfSense box, like make your own router and use pfSense, but that's just going to be like custom networking. So yeah, that's
Do they have
that's
like
gonna
open
be-
source software for that and stuff? Is that what
yeah,
PFSense is?
yeah, it's open source.
Okay.
That's
You could
interesting.
use that. You could do Cisco, which is going to get to the advanced level again. You're approaching
Enterprise?
yeah, well, because look, most people in their
Jesus.
houses don't have 5 gigs up and down
No.
each way. That's not the norm. That's not what everybody has. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He needs
So-
an enterprise system.
Yeah, he's at that. Well, I mean, he wouldn't
He
got that
has
much
it.
bandwidth.
Yeah.
So
he has the
if he wants to take, to utilize it to be able to do like he wants to have a gig on each of these servers to do like a QoS, which is a quality of service, and limit these servers to a gig up and gig down, you know what I mean, and separate them on VLANs and stuff like that. Yeah, he's getting into the advanced section. You know
What's
what I
that
mean?
going to
He's not
cost? What does something like that cost, King?
as much as you want it to cost.
Oh, man. Sky's the limit on that one, huh?
I mean, dude, networking equipment, dude, could be it could be like a couple grand, or it could be as many dollars as you want to throw.
I mean,
at
I'm
it,
saying to
really.
utilize the 5 gigs up and down. It's going to be more than a couple of grand.
No.
No?
No. He could do it if he made a PFSense box,
Okay.
which would be the cheapest route, but probably.
Here, I'll add
One
that
of-
to my list.
Yeah, we're making the list right now, Mike.
All right, here, hold on. You know what? Here, I'm going to give you a great piece of information here. Linus Tech Tips did do a super basic PFSense box how-to video. I believe Jake did it. So there is a video from Linus Tech Tips on the PFSense box.
That just connects straight up to the modem, and then you can route it however you want.
So yeah, you would need to put your ISP router in bridge mode, and then you would have another Ethernet coming from your router. Well, it would be. Do you know if you're able to just directly connect, like with fiber, to the router, or is there some kind of login that you have to do, like a PPPoE or something like that, to get access to your internet or anything? Do you know those questions?
What do you mean, like log into the back, like log into the modem that the fiber's connected to?
So like with my fiber, right, to not use the crappy CenturyLink thing, which is like a
VLAN
piece
tagging.
of crap. There's VLAN tags that I had to use, and there's PPPoE, which is essentially like login credentials to like log in to CenturyLink, right, to give me internet access.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what who's your provider, AT&T? Yeah, so you would have to get a hold of them. I've never dealt with them before, and figure out like, you know, if you want to use your own equipment, like, you know, what some of the stuff you need. You could probably Google it. Maybe there's VLAN tags, maybe there's not. So you could either do it the fiber way and have a fiber card inside of your, because look, the PFSense box is essentially just a computer. That's what it is. And you're turning that computer into your router.
Yeah,
That's essentially what you're doing.
yeah, that's how all these routers are, right? They all have boards. I mean, they're like mini.
Right,
PCs.
yeah, they're essentially just like a computer, right? But it's just for networking. So
Yeah.
that's what you would use your PFSense box for. So
Can I-
watch the Linus Tech Tip video and just
Okay.
see how comfortable you are with it.
Just build it, Mike. You can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean,
He's
that's
just
the
a
thing, is
phone call
one
away
step at a
anyway, so it'll
time,
be
you know?
all right.
Because
Keep
well,
easing
I would
into it.
say fiber would be easier because I don't know what ports are. Well, obviously there's probably at least a LAN port that supports the 5 gig from your router, right?
Yeah, there's two
I'm assuming
1
there
gig
is.
and 1 5.
So yeah, then you're gonna have to. You could also just use the Ethernet from your router and put it in bridge mode, and just take the Ethernet from your router, put it over to your PFSense box, right? But and then you're probably gonna need to get a switch, because you're not gonna want to probably do all the switching from your PFSense box, right? So you want to get like a managed switch, which you could use Ubiquiti or, you know, whatever company you wanted to go with.
So if I had, I guess
That would be the cheapest route, because the box you could spend as much money as you want for a computer. You could probably even if you're gonna buy a new computer and rebuild, you can use that one that I see in your camera right now. You could repurpose it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So it would cost you like nothing. Except you need a networking card, because you only have one NIC for that. So you definitely need a dual NIC.
Okay. But yeah, that was kind of the idea, I guess. Have that connected to a router that then is connected to a switch, but then I need to find a switch that can do 5 gig.
That's
because
easy. Those are they're around.
Okay.
5 gig's not an issue. Like on a like internal LAN, you know what I mean? You could get like 10 gig, no problem. So
Okay.
That's like a norm
10
10 gig. You can get
so-
no problems.
the issue is getting the router with the throughput to be able to communicate to the outside world, right? So the Dream Machine from here, I'll even look it up right now.
I'm surprised Ubiquiti doesn't have a 5 gig option. They think
Yeah,
that would,
that's what I thought too. And I was like, I think it's like capped out at 2.5, I think.
I think the Dream Machine Special Edition is their best one, I
Pro.
think, right?
Isn't it Pro or something? Or is it Special Edition?
So we got a couple comments. Tutorials on. Yeah, there's a lot of tutorials on how to create a PFSense box online. I'll definitely look into that. 5 gig router should have SFP plus ports on board. Sorry, just trying to catch up on
here we
this.
go. Data sheet. That's what I want. Data's sheets. Here you go. The IPS throughput is 3.5 gigabits per second. Even though even though you can use a 10 gig SFP plus for the WAN, the throughput of the machine is only going to be 3.5 gigabits per second. So it's not the connection that's the limitation, it's the actual Dream Machine that's the limitation, right? It can only throughput 3.5.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Dumpster Fire saying, I feel like I need to hire King as a consultant or something. Yep, King's consulting services
you can ask Vistang right now. I've struggled super hard with the MikroTiks, man. I'm still working on it. So I'm not perfect. I know a little bit. But I would say that Geek of All Trades is far more experienced than I am. You should have him on the show. He knows he does stuff like this for a living. You know what I mean? Professionally. I'm just self-taught.
Yeah. I mean, you know a lot, King. So
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I have a little
Yeah,
bit of
you came
experience
from-
with it, but not too much, you know?
yeah.
It's like if you don't use it, it's kind of like math, right? You don't use it, you kind of lose it a little bit, and then it's just like you have to learn it back and get back on track on it. That's how I feel like on computers, especially networking and stuff like that, because everything's always changing. It's like different than what I was doing. Yeah, basics, right? But then it's just progressing as years go on.
So on those ribbon like risers that you're mentioning, are you going to put RGB on those things so we get extra? No,
No. He's not about it at all. It's like
No. These are going to be produced in smaller quantities right now. Kind of just testing the market a little bit. I mean, it's still large quantities, but kind of testing the market, seeing if there's like a demand, for these things. But I mean, if there is, then yeah, we can add aesthetics to it and everything like that. For it. But when you start adding stuff like that, it's just, more, I don't want to say DOA, but you'll have, some LEDs that are out or something like that. And it overcomplicates the product. But the one thing we are looking into the future are making these boards wider. A lot of these 16X ribbon cables, it's so thin, and the cable's on the side, and it has to be on the side, which is not great for how people have these things set up. I see a lot of people having these in like traditional open air frames, and if you have the ribbon cable going off the side, it's going to kind of like bend over on whatever it's resting on, whatever frame you have. But we are looking at lengths. It is going to be a longer cable, so you will be able to twist it around and stuff like that. So
cool, nice, man.
Good stuff.
We're also looking into some, maybe I'm just we've looked into it, but we're not, it's not in the pipeline right now. But making different cases, different open air cases that support just 4 cards. You know what I mean? I feel like there's gonna be a lot of rigs that are built out there for AI and POUW, where it doesn't have to be this monster frame. You know what I mean? To hold 12 GPUs, right. It could be something a little more simplified and more condensed.
So you're gonna make like a smaller frame for like if somebody's using like their regular gaming board that only can maybe have 2 or 3 GPUs on it. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. And then you don't need this monster frame, and then people can have it, connected in their house and other areas. And, of course it's going to, we'll make it look good and stuff like that. And, people then can have it in different areas of their home and not, worry about it. It'll look a little bit nicer than having this giant tower of, LED lights all over it.
Nice.
So,
here's a question for you though, and I'm sure you probably looked into this as well, because what about, I know you have your white labeled fans, right? Have you looked into actual like Delta fans that actually push out like actual, like a good amount of air?
Yeah, we have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah. Kind of decided not to go that route.
Okay.
We kind of wanted to go with, especially with the products that we sell, a lot of it is, we kind of gear it towards aesthetics. We want it to look good, right? We want people to, it's typically the customer that has this rig sitting out where other people can see it. It's not like hidden away or tucked away. So that's why we went with the fans, but the Delta fans are so loud. And also if, a lot of our customers are new miners, or they're, just getting started and they're trying to, understand how all this works. And Delta fans, I mean, they're going to cut their finger off with it. That was the first thing I thought with it, was like, people sticking their fingers in these things. And then also the wattage requirements on them. Having 8 Delta fans on the back, I mean, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna, it's gonna push air everywhere. Instead of having heat just sit on the rig, it's gonna be ripping heat at whatever room it's in. So
right, that's true. Because I was thinking of, if you're making a smaller frame, you know what I mean? Like, what if you had like 1 or 2, like maybe 2? You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be obviously much more narrower, right? What if you had just like had 2 of those on there, because we're obviously gonna need to remove heat at some point, right? Because the cards are going to be at TDP when they are rendering or doing whatever compute job that they're lined up for. So
there's gonna be some heat going everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do like a case build out that it wasn't good for GPU mining. You know, it wasn't good for 8 cards on a rig. But if you had one that was more like based like a square, then you would be able to have fans between the motherboard and the ribbon cables and where the GPUs are sitting. And even if it's not a lot of air and you could shoot it upwards instead of out, it would just shoot the air up and it would, you know, heat rises. So I've always wanted to kind of do something like that.
Well, like maybe put like a shield over it, almost like it's gonna be like a case per se.
Yeah, like it would pull the cold air in from the bottom, shoot it up towards the GPUs, and just go out. Whereas if you're shooting it next to it, and you have another rig next to it, it's just going to create like hot pockets everywhere in the room, kind of just getting it up and out, especially for people that have like some kind of ventilation. That would be really, I'm interested in that. I want to see that. That'd be kind of cool to have a kind of a nice compact, like, you know, mining frame, sort of to speak, that had like maybe some kind of a, you know, partial case over it where it would direct the air up. And then if you had to work on it, right, or do whatever, you could just pop that, you know, that piece off, and then you have full access to your little AI rig. I think that'd be cool, man. I think we actually we actually had a crazy design. I'll bring it up now because this was like a year and a half ago when we were doing the Omega frame, and it was actually a case that looked like a pizza, where all the I'm serious. Listen, it was like all the GPUs sitting like slices of pizza, and then it was kind of meant for like blower cards and stuff like that. But all the heat that's going out of the I/O plate in the middle of the case would have been like, I think it was like a 220 millimeter fan or something like that, and it would just sit there. It was probably bigger. It was probably like 280 millimeter. It was like this. Yeah, it was like this. But all the heat would go right there, and it would just shoot it straight up and out. But it was like a circular case, and it was like, I'm not an engineer, you know what I mean? But I worked with an engineer on it, and we were as much as I wanted to get it. Huh?
I wonder why he chose that design, though. I've never heard or seen anything like.
No, it was me. It was me. He was the one that was like, I don't know. Yeah. I was like, I don't know about that.
Start with this idea. Okay, now that it started with you, now it makes sense to me.
Yeah, no, I draw the picture, and I like show a picture of like a donut, and I'm like, this is what I think will work.
Mike's like, I want pizza today. Let's make
he was drinking some Miller Lights, and he was eating a pizza. He's like, hey, this would be a great idea.
Pizza rig.
Yeah, no, I thought it would be cool, but it's also like, why reinvent the wheel, you know? And then also like, what are you gonna do when you pick this thing up? You know, have you ever tried to pick up a big don't? I mean, I don't know. Long story short, never came to fruition, but. It's
boy.
But yeah, you would have maybe with the 4 GPU one, it would be a small, like a square. You could do it in a square that way. You know what I mean? But then all the cards also, like so many cards just spew heat out of like the top and the side and everywhere. I'm doing the pen thing again, but they don't do just the I/O plate.
Every time he touches the pen, everybody has to take a drink. Okay.
I'm all out of water, so. But we have some more comments in here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm so bad at keeping up with the comments. Patrick Ian Dim, GPURisers listening to what I offered up. You all trades. Let's see. Blue Dragon Mining, GPURisers. What about using a double stack rack made for 12 GPUs and just staggering the cards to do 6 with Noctua fans? You can, but those are gonna be really long ribbon cables going from the bottom. I was actually thinking of just taking that like generic 12 GPU one and just cutting it in half. You know, that would probably be the way to do it.
Be a lot. But
yeah, no, I actually most of my rigs that are open air are all on those 12 GPU frames, and I only have 6 to 8 on them because fitting 12 on the generic one it's crazy. On the Omega one, you could fit like 12 of the Noctua Asus ones would be fine, but I don't know. That's what the products is. The pizza case will come out soon, King. I'll keep you updated with the progress.
The pizza case one. Imagine it actually comes out and is like with testing, like it works really, really well.
Yeah.
You know, you
I
never
should
know
have just
unless you
built
test
one,
it.
like a prototype. I should have just built it.
The
Maybe
box,
I will. That's my next project.
I guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But,
Well, we've been going on for a while now.
yeah,
like
we've been on for
an
an hour.
Yeah, hour and a half now. So,
What?
any last words, King?
Yeah, I got last words because I talked to him about AI stuff. Well, what about you?
It's gonna take over the world. I think.
I
If
think-
we're
I
not
think-
careful. You know,
I think
it's the
people,
inevitable, right? You know,
yeah.
it's like DJ Mines and everything like that. Man, I'll save up. Dude, I'm going to save up and I'll have my own personal robot. What's wrong with that? You thought the Jetsons was just a cartoon?
Okay, you guys can have a robot. I'm gonna hire Joker Miner. He's gonna be my slave.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but I think that this is gonna be good
I'm
for
in
you
it.
as well, Dave,
Yeah.
because people are gonna need cables
Yeah,
for sure,
of
right?
course.
Like you're gonna be running your TDP. You know what I mean? If you got 4090s, you know what I mean? That's 445 watts
It's a lot.
pumping out of those things. You know what I
The
mean?
beefy one, yeah.
It's
It's a lot.
people are gonna need good cables. This is way different than mining, where people are undervolting cards, you know what I
Right.
mean, and stuff like that. So, it's you're definitely gonna feel the heat. You know what I mean?
The
On your
problems were
wires.
when everyone started changing like algos and stuff like that, and all at the same time, people's wires are melting and everything else, right? It just happened to be because of the change of algos, or they had something, you know, it could be also cheap wiring. There's so many different like possibilities that could have happened depending on the miner, right? So for instance, they're using a Y for a couple of times because it's only like, you know, 40 watts per card or something like that. But now it's just like you need to use wires, and then you have to be careful, you know, how you're going to split them. I mean, that's just the end. At the end of the day, you have to be really careful. Like you said, TDPs, they're higher now, and you need reliability, right? Especially when if you know you get into proof of use for work, like we're talking about, and if it goes down, now what? You go back to the back of the line, right?
Yep.
Or the benchmark restarts, something like that. You're not showing that you're stable. So there's a lot involved now.
Here's an idea for you guys. Like, I love pitching ideas, right? Because I could just shoot at you guys, all right? You guys could like maybe do a collaboration, right? Because I know Mike said something about a breakout board, right?
Yeah.
That he has plans that, well, he's already had it designed, right? He just never came out with it. But if you guys have like a whole package deal, you know what I mean, where you get the veteran miner cable wires, you get the new ribbon, you know, cable risers, you get the little his new frame he's talking about, you know what I mean, and having an all-in-one AI package.
The
That's
pizza,
what we need to see.
The pizza AI package.
No, just a nice square. Don't do the pizza thing.
Oh, okay.
Right? Not a donut.
I'm gonna build a Death Star case. It's gonna be a
There we go.
big circle.
I think you guys could have a good collaboration with that, man. I think that'd be good. It'd be like an all-in-one, like, you know, shop. You know what I mean?
But we're working on things behind the scenes too. We talk all the time. We're always trying to find something that would make sense. That's the bottom line. Like for business, like, does this make sense? We do this, we do that. Does that make sense? You doing that, I do this. You know, it's coming, right, Mike? I mean, there's a couple of things.
And also the breakout boards. You know, they're customizable. You can have 4 pins on them. Things that really haven't been thought of before.
Can I ask a question? Because somebody said this in Discord last night. What if, huge what if, and I'm sure it can be done, because Octominer kind of does it, right? Where they have their own customizable breakout board where they have multiple PSUs in it. What if you had one that laid down flat and did the same thing as like the ZSX breakout board, but you just, instead of only being able to hook up to one PSU, it could be hooked up to 2 or 3, right? So that way you could have more power.
No,
well,
completely possible. It'd probably be easier to daisy chain the two together, but yeah, No, the bottleneck with that is, we can control the board, how it's manufactured, the quality control, every part on that board we can control.
Okay.
Dave could control all the whole line on the wires and everything like that. The one thing we can't is the power supplies. So that's going to be, require a lot of, I don't want to say testing because it's not that, but it's finding reputable suppliers for them. And everything like that. Then you're kind of getting into the market where you're selling something that is not. It's not that it's not yours, but you're reselling a product with new products. And I know Octo does refurbished because we have a partnership with Octo. They do refurbished PSUs because they're actually more reliable than new ones. They're all tested and everything like that. So it not only is it cost effective, but it's the DOA rate is lower than new. So
I mean, server PSUs are just like virtually like bulletproof in a way, from my experience. Now, I'm talking about years and years ago. I used to convert server PSUs over for RC kart racing, and
I remember you saying that. Yeah, that was awesome.
You're talking about I have given probably like hundreds and hundreds of server PSUs that have gone through my hand that I have vinyl wrapped personally, soldered on connections, and people have used them, and they're still using them to this day.
Yeah, the server PSUs, man, they are
for the most part
to just last, just to stay on.
And it's clean power too. It's clean power. So
one last question for both of you, because I haven't seen this or heard this question asked. Being business owners, right, of crypto mining hardware businesses, what has been your guys' biggest challenge?
You want to go, Dave, or you want me to?
I'd go first. I think the biggest challenge is just getting, for me starting out, the awareness of what I have to offer for the community, what I have that I can. Because of the price point, some people don't understand. Like, how come the norm that everyone sees is like $3 or $4 for some piece of crap cable, basically, right? And then how come yours is this amount of money? It's just getting the education out there, and that's why I love being in the crypto community. I'm everywhere. I try to be everywhere at once sometimes, but it's just getting the knowledge out there so they understand what they're getting from my company, right? So that was probably one of the biggest challenges.
So that I'd probably say is like customer education. That would probably follow educating your customer.
Yeah, just like there's just a massive amount of education that still probably needs to be out there, to go out there, and it's just like little by little, since I'm a one-man show basically. So it's just either I'm doing YouTube or I'm doing things behind the scenes with the business, making wires, and it's just a lot of hats, right? On right now, and just trying to basically utilize my time as best as possible at the moment,
Exactly. You're a one-man band.
Yeah. But it's just great that, it's out there, right? They're out there, and the customers are enjoying them, and they see it. So I'm happy with that. It's just like, it's a great feeling. I'm not saying anything to anyone. It's just like a customer will try it. They'll get one cable, and then a couple of weeks, 3 weeks later, a month or something like that, a customer will get another couple of cables and stuff like that. But like, it's legit, and that just makes me feel so good inside. It's just like all the hard work and everything like that. It's just, it's a great feeling, that I can help out the community doing this.
That's also kind of like the best growth, though, is like kind of like it's almost like that word of mouth thing, right? They're trying you out, they see,
right,
they're happy with the product, and then they're coming back, right? Because they like the quality of the product. The product speaks for itself. So that's great, man.
I just want to say thank you, Joker Miner. Yeah, welcome to the Bomb Squad. So that's what it's called on the memberships on my channel, the Bomb Squad.
Nice.
I figure.
Nice.
So so Joker Miner, link your YouTube to your name, so then you'll automatically go into my Discord. If you guys didn't already know, I have my own Discord too. 99.9% of the time, for the most part, I'm in Misfit Mining Discord, like on the playing video games, stuff like that at nighttime. but I do have my own Discord as well. So that's better. I didn't want to interrupt. I just wanted, I never explained that and everything like that. So it's like behind the scenes, like there's some pictures and stuff like that. So I'm working on the Bomb Squad right now. I'm just working on like just the content is going to be like for like the members only, of like the things that I'm like doing, something that's new cables or something that's in development, yes or no. So basically I could just like, you know, put some content, giveaways, stuff like that. But we'll do giveaways in the regular channel as well. It's just, it helps the channel, right? So that's basically
Nice.
whatever we can get, and so I could just throw back into the community. Oh,
Nice,
hold on
man.
1 second. We have 1 second. Here we go. What's going on?
Iowa
Iowa
Oh,
Crypto
man.
Mining.
You got troublemaker in the house.
How you guys doing?
How you
I got the
doing?
kids. I got the kids asleep at a normal time, and like, oh, they're still online. Okay, let's go.
We're still going.
What's still going?
I kept him going because I keep asking him questions, hard questions too. I'm putting Dave in the hot seat. Now it's Vistang's turn to tell
It's
us
great.
about his biggest challenge for starting his crypto mining.
Hold on 1 second. Thank
Business.
you, Richard Mike, to the Bomb Squad. I appreciate it. It's so
By
funny.
the way, that's
I
number
love that.
2 and number 3.
Oh,
So-
Joker Miner, I appreciate it. Gifted
all right, that was a lot more.
the Bomb Squad. Oh my goodness.
I
That's
was
awesome.
lonely. I was lonely in the bomb squad there for a while there.
Yes. So I was like, we were giving hugs back and forth
Yep.
in Discord. He's like, I'm alone. I was like, I'm here, buddy. So it was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Just
So-
me and you.
Joker's dude, man. Joker's such a nice guy. He's always
Awesome.
going to everybody's channels and gifting memberships, trying to get people involved. Man, gotta appreciate Joker Miner.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I
Thank
hate
you,
to say
Joker
it.
Miner.
Oh goodness.
But what was the question? The biggest hurdle or the biggest
The biggest challenge. Yeah, you can say hurdle
Yeah.
challenge, same thing.
I would say educating the consumer. That's always a big one. I know Dave mentioned that, but that's more applicable to him. You know, I had to do it with the splitters. Like, why should you do 18 gauge instead of 20? And kind of, you know, go that route with it. But Dave, you know, he does all the wires, so it's really educating the customer on
Yeah.
that. Mine would probably be price points. It was always difficult to get price points that are competitive, is, you know, because everyone knows, you know, with risers and splitters, you know, all these are drop shipped to Amazon, and it doesn't matter about the quality or anything like that. So it's always, that was always kind of a hard thing for GPURisers, was competing with that, because, you know, we start with low quantities, and as we go up quantities, I always, you know, when I first started, I was like, okay, well, the more that we buy, the cheaper that it gets. But you hit a point where it doesn't get much cheaper. It actually gets more expensive. And that's because you need more overhead. You need more storage. You need more, you know, shipping supplies. You need more everything. I mean, even the boxes, when I started out with the orange boxes, I mean, I think the first order for those boxes, it was like $6 a box. It was crazy. So it's like every time we kind of got to a point where it's like, okay, we can drop prices and stuff. We kind of grew as a company, and we couldn't because overhead kept growing. But now we are lowering prices and stuff like that. Things are cheaper, supply and demand, right? I mean, the lower or the more the supply, the lower the demand, and it drops the price. But yeah, that was always kind of a difficult thing. And then we would come out with new risers, new models, new frames, and we kind of had to take into account the R&D for that. You know, for the Omega frames, we had like actual R&D costs. You know, we had an engineer work with that, with the exact lengths on how far it can be using, and, you know, EVGA power supply on this side reaching the other cable, or reaching the furthest GPU. So it was like, you kind of have to build all those costs in. And
Right.
that was always kind of difficult with the products, except for the R8. That was explanatory because it was, we partnered with Octo. And so that was just a white labeled, you know, X8 Ultra. So that was easy, but yeah, it's always price. It's very difficult to compete, you know, because you're competing with people that are, you know, and this happens all across Amazon. It doesn't matter the product, but you're competing with people that don't even touch the product. They don't necessarily even know what the product is. They're just having it drop shipped and then sold by Amazon. So, and those risers do work. You know, I used those for the longest time, but I got frustrated with them, and that's why I started GPURisers, because I was like, the risers were always the weak point, right? But yeah, no, I would say cost is something that it was always difficult to do. You know, you had to maintain margins, and then, you know, people would send screenshots on like Alibaba, like, oh, this is what a riser costs, and it was like, you know, I order a lot of these, and each unit is more than that. because we're paying for specific runs, we're paying for specific capacitors, we're paying for specific things on these, and a higher quality USB cords. I mean, if you compare our risers compared to other risers, connectivity is often an issue with the cheap ones. So yeah, long story short, it was always kind of priced because we always paid more, right? Because we always made sure that we had the right allocations of parts for everything on these boards, and for the splitter cables as well. I think we did a pretty good job with the splitter cables when we came out with them. They are 18 gauge, they're not Dave's 16, but anyone that bought those cables, you could really tell the difference between that and just ones on Amazon. And yeah, they are more expensive, but you're dealing with expensive stuff. So it's kind of like, it's like buying, if you have a car that costs $20,000, why, put $20 oil instead of $30 oil? You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. We've had so many pictures from customers of burned PCIe cable ports on like GPUs. We've had tons of burns even on the 16X board and stuff like that, just from soldering issues. Things weren't connected and things like that. We always paid a lot more for the boards to go through a soldering process that was very thick, which actually kind of backfired because a lot of the customers are like, these pads are falling off on the bottom of the boards. And it's because if you took it off the bottom of the board, you would look, and it's like a lot of solder. But it drastically decreased the DOA on these boards and overall problems with the board. So it's like, give and take. I know I'm ranting about GPURisers.
No, you guys got a lot into your businesses, lots of research, research and development.
You didn't even
pricing.
mention the best part. Like,
the thermal pads. Yeah, that wasn't actually that problematic. It just took forever because we kept getting these pads that were basically G-lid pads. That's what they were. Mm-hmm. But it was all oil. It was just like anytime we put these things on cards, especially the cards that needed them were like 3070 Ti's and 3090s, 3080s. They ran hot as hell. So these things are just leaking oil everywhere. And so that's when we switched over to the medical pads. And the problem with that too is whenever you release a new product, you're like, okay, you're investing a lot in inventory. Are competitors out there, people talk in China, you know what I mean? So our competitor is going to come to market before you, but we tested these pads for like 3 months before we could release them because, we didn't want to wait a year, but 3 months we were like, okay, like it's staying consistent. We're not seeing, raise any kind of delta in temperature, and no leaking. That was a big thing for me. I hated the oil that gets on the back of those cards, but the thermal pads were, those were pretty easy. It just took a lot more time than usual with other products, but very happy with how those came out.
I will say with the pads, they're actually the best bang for the buck because you have the 100 millimeter by 100 millimeter, and most other pads are much smaller that you can buy. Yes, the other ones are a little cheaper, but if you actually take that price per square millimeter, it's not even close. So yeah. And you can do 3 or 4 GPUs with one, depending on the size of the correct, but yeah, I have one of each because I redid all my GPUs and I loved every minute of it. So they're awesome.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was kind of like that also comes back to educating the consumer because they're like, this is twice the price of G-lid pads. And it's like, well, yes, but you get twice as much. You know what I mean? So a lot of those were like, I think 90 by 45, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So yeah, the GPURisers pads are big. That's probably because of people like me that need to use, cut a couple extra pieces off.
Yep.
I just want to say really quick, thanks guys. Retro Mike Tech gifted 5 memberships. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I'm not gonna be lonely anymore.
You're not lonely anymore.
Nope.
All those hugs. Now you could give out the hugs to everyone else in there.
Just as long as you block Joker from going in, we're fine.
Okay.
Oh man.
GPURisers, welcome to the Bomb Squad.
Yeah, thanks. I had to sneak that in. Yeah. I promise I didn't forget.
That's so funny.
But yeah.
So Iowa crypto mining. What's new? What's going on with yourself?
Not much. It kind of been a steady pace. Messed a little bit with the shed. I'm kind of maxed out, so now it's just like making everything as efficient as it can and work as good as it should. So I moved some stuff around and that was my video. I moved some stuff around last night. That was my video this morning. I actually got an idea that I need to do. It's actually kind of copying what Panda did. where you put up some boards so the air goes in a certain direction. So I'm actually going to do that. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Trying to save a little money, on whatever profits I get, so then I can buy a couple more. I need a couple more ASICs. I have an eye on a different Bitcoin miner that's actually going to be mine. I'm hosting a new one from another YouTuber. If you put the pieces together, you figure out whose it is, but not too much. Just kind of sitting steady, kind of waiting for something cool to happen in the market.
Yeah, that's true. That's awesome. So,
a lot of exciting things turning around the corner.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now. It's just, and like I said earlier, we're in a bear market right now, right? But this is like a different type of bear market than anyone has ever seen, right? So it's just like, when's the next thing gonna happen? So many different things that you're profitable in certain coins or whatever the case may be, right? In crypto right now, and we're in a bear market. So imagine when the boom happens. Like, we're not gonna know what to do with ourselves. We're all gonna have smiles on our face all the time, and then rinse and repeat, and we'll do it all over again. But it's gonna be exciting. This is very, very exciting time for all of us, right? And we're all growing, we're all learning together. So I appreciate that.
I know we keep saying AI over and over again, or maybe it's just me, but
no, I'm in it.
Looking at it from a crypto mining perspective, you're going to have a lot of these. Everything's going to be like algo switching or AI switching or whatever it might be. But a lot of people are going to be switching off of crypto projects to go to AI if it's more profitable, which means you'll be yielding more coins from these projects and difficulties will drop and everything like that. So all around, I think it's great what's going on now. It's exciting. So
yeah, this is my first bear market. So I'm just kind of going with the wind. I'm a little more lucky than most, is because my electrical rate is low, so I can still technically mine. I know a lot of people are still waiting. Some people are still waiting. I'm not part of that boat, but it's my first bear market, so it's like, when we used to make over $2,000 a month for 40-ish GPUs, now it's like, I'm ahead $150 this month. Let's hope it stays. It's a lot different. We have to, it's a lot slower, which is that's just part of the bear market.
Yeah. I mean, even if you could remain neutral during it, it's good. I remember in 2017 to 2019, there were like an 8-month period where Ethereum was like it was like barely break even by like a cent maybe on like a 580 at like 8 cents per kilowatt, because there's a little cheaper. Like, we didn't have this gas problem then. But yeah, I mean, there's a long period of time where even Ethereum was not profitable. So seeing coins right now where you can go on what to mine and you don't just see all negatives, it's like kind of exciting. You're like, wow, this is great.
Yep.
So, but yeah, with a lower electricity cost, I mean, your total profit from each card just amplifies. The difference between just a couple cents can almost double your profit. So that's great. Iowa has all the windmill mills up there, right?
Yeah. So my power company, they're I guess the pioneer around here doing all the windmills, and so they went heavy into it after 09, 010, and that's why it's pretty cheap up here. And it's crazy. You go on certain roads where it's just windmill city. It's just windmill after windmill. But yeah, that's the main reason why it's cheap up here. So
yeah, nice. Yeah, I've seen a couple hosting companies go up there for ASICs. The Midwest in general.
Yeah, I had someone from Wisconsin reach out and asked if I knew anything. So yeah, I kind of know what my area is, and my main company is all across Iowa, so their rates are pretty much the same. So I kind of know what Iowa rates are, and then I know what Nebraska and South Dakota rates are too, just being in this area. But it's tough. It's good, but it's not good enough yet. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice that it's like kind of close to stuff too, right? I mean, you're close to, like, you're not in the middle of nowhere, and that's a big thing too. We had like I don't know who it was, but they reached out to Terra, and they're like, oh, I think they reached out to Hawk, and Hawk told us about it. They're like, oh, you got to go to Washington. Like, there's this place in Washington that has 3.5 cent or 4 cent electric, and we go to the website, and it's like nice because the utility company even said like crypto miners like come here, and it was like, oh wow, this might be really good. And then you look at it on a map, and it's like, okay, you need like a helicopter to get there because there's nothing there. And it's hard finding people that are in areas that have access to it that aren't in the complete middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's why Iowa seems real nice. Is like you're still around a lot of stuff, and you have just all those renewables there. So that's why me, Jared, or Mining King, sorry, me and Mining King and Hawk, we're all talking, and like, if we're building out a facility in the middle of Washington, the closest gas station is like 100 miles. We're just gonna draw straws, and then one of us has to move there. So
Yeah.
Oh man.
we'll build it out that way. But
King wants to go back.
no, that's awesome. Yeah.
Actually, that Grant is more in like central, eastern Washington. So no, I don't like that one. If it's western, then I'd like it. But the problem with western Washington, it's super expensive. It's like Miami, expensive everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's expensive to live out that way.
Is the electric cheap though, or is it?
So when I lived there, we didn't actually have like different rates. I didn't even like really know about rates until I moved to Arizona. It was just 10 cents there because we have so much like hydro out there. It was just like, yeah, you paid 10 cents. That's just what you paid forever. It didn't go up or down. And I moved here, and then I called the place like, yeah, what plan would you like to be on? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Whatever's going to be cheapest for me. I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I didn't know you had cell phone plans for power here. Okay. I want
I would
what's
like
cheap.
the most expensive one. Please.
I would like one. I want what's free. I mean, the cheapest.
Yeah.
I run an extension cord all the way to Iowa, out to Iowa Crypto Mining's place.
I know a place. Plug you in. I also know a guy who might be able to plug you into. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
well, I'll let you guys go. I just want to come in. Just
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, appreciate the visit, man.
I'm good. Now
Appreciate
that
it, man.
Joker felt jealous, now he had to give you a bunch of subscribers. So that's great.
Yeah.
So I did my part. I did good.
Oh, you guys.
All right. We playing Counter-Strike later?
Always. I'm always
Alright,
up for
alright.
something. So
All right.
Counter-Strike, huh?
yeah.
Dude, that's the game, man. They're coming out with CS:GO 2 here pretty soon. I think sometime in the next month or two. So
Yep. I
I'm
don't know when, but
still
we'll be
I'm
ready.
still not as good as I used to be, which is awful. So
Low bar.
Yeah. no, that hurts. That hurts. I get some good games in every now and then.
Yep. Well, see you guys. You guys
appreciate it,
Have a great
man.
night.
Later,
Iowa Crypto
Iowa.
Mining. Appreciate you. It's great.
Yeah. Lots of good talk tonight, guys.
Yeah.
We've been streaming for 8 hours? No, I'm just kidding. 2 hours.
I don't know. It's,
There,
it's
I
it's been a
drug
little bit.
it out for like an additional 40 minutes. There you guys
Yeah,
go.
King's like, wait, I
Yeah.
have more questions.
More
questions.
Yeah, more
Putting-
questions,
I gotta
guys.
look, I gotta put the business guys in the hot seat. Okay, you gotta
Do
put
it.
them in the hot seat.
Yeah, it's fine. You know what it is?
so-
It's great because you know what? Neither Mike and I, we have nothing to hide. So it's just like, it doesn't matter. It's transparent. So like,
I'll save my questions for next time though.
oh, here we go.
right.
More questions.
Just get them more in depth.
The chat is completely green right now. This is just insane.
Yeah. Working on GPURisers rig today while making my first crypto video. Nice, Sadie.
Joker Miner. Oh my goodness.
Blue Dragon mining options show 4 things: participants, pop out chat, toggles, time chance, and feedback. Oh, I guess Blue Dragon's trying to.
They're saying about the membership. That's what it says for me too. And then it says timeout Joker Miner, like specifically Joker Miner. I don't know why it says that, but
You guys terrible. Terrible. Let me tell you.
But
Well,
yeah, I gotta set that up too. I set it up, but I didn't set it up. I have
Set what up?
emojis. This is super embarrassing, but I had emojis made of me, and I have one with me like holding an R8 like this.
made of
he
you.
sent them to me. He sent them to me. Yeah, they're good. They're
Yeah.
good.
Mike, you can't hold back on. crap like that from me. You better send that shit.
No,
I wanna
I had
see
it made. I don't know. After that new thumbnail for my vlog, I'm like, I don't know if I'm this guy. You know, like I gotta.
What the new one that just came out?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I
That's
told
probably
him
your
that
best
was
one.
It was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the best.
But here's the problem though: is there needs to be a little more like grease or oil in your hair right there. You know, what I mean? He really gets it slicked back.
Olive oil for this.
Yeah.
I go to Mike's restaurant.
Mike's
had it back in the bathroom. No, that was so weird making that thumbnail. I know that that's like good for the algo, which I honestly don't do like YouTube for views. I just like it. I like talking to you guys and seeing like, you know, keeping everyone up to date with my shenanigans. But the thumbnail guy was like, yeah, just take a picture, like a selfie of you with your GoPro smiling. So I'm just like multiple different ones. I'm like, this is gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be awful.
Hey, my hat off to you. I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't do like what DJ and Hawk and the hobbyists do. You know, they all make the weird faces and themselves.
No,
it feels
can't
weird.
get
It's not in me.
It feels weird. You're just smiling at a camera.
Just a beard.
Just-
I'm serious.
just
Like
have a
that
beard on
outline would be like for like a brewery or something. If you just took your beard, took everything else out, for like if that was on a beer and I was like in Publix just trying to find or Publix or you don't West Coast people don't know Publix, a supermarket where they sell beer and food.
Yeah, what's
I would buy it
Publix?
100%.
Publix.
If I saw a can with your
good.
beard on it, I wouldn't even look at what it is. I'll just get it. It'd be like,
You'd be like, I'd feel like a man if I drank this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My testosterone will jump up a couple points the second I pop this beer.
Drinking a beer and your testosterone boost. That's something. Okay.
Blue Dragon Raccoon Thunder. Well, I think that's going to be everything. It is running a little bit late. I had fun this stream. This is a lot of fun, guys.
This was fun.
Thank you everyone who subbed to the Bomb Squad, including myself.
Appreciate it. The
but,
Bomb Squad.
it
Come
is
on.
that-
It,
Wait,
it
hold on.
works.
Before we go, what perks did the Bomb Squad get?
So we're working on it, right? I said that before. So
Let's get
it's
the
like
2-minute break.
the little 2-minute thing. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
a little commercial, right? I guess you put a little commercial ad in the beginning, like what it says, what you get. You know, you have some
Okay.
other YouTubers that they have that. Anyway,
They do that?
yeah, like it's just like, hey,
Oh, I don't do that.
No,
Okay.
well, some people have it.
Oh.
I saw it, so it's like welcome to this and that or whatever, and like so and so. Anyway, but mine is just like what the projects that I'm working on, right? So I know that I have to start integrating that on the YouTube memberships only channel itself. But if you link your name with your YouTube, it'll go into. I already have a channel set up for my Discord, the Veteran Miner. So I have a private members only for like VIPs for the Bomb Squad in there. So just chat in there, and then things that I'm working on, something that hasn't come out yet, no tweets about it or anything like that. So like it's gonna be a lot of stuff. Hold on one second. Looks like somebody wants to come in real quick.
I like all the emojis.
Real quick.
It's
All right.
going to be a 4-hour stream now.
No, real quick.
What's up,
Try and
bitches?
Well, it's only him, man. He was
Yeah.
already here. I thought it was somebody cool like Panda or something.
Maybe next time.
Fine, there you go. I can fuck myself. It's
Look
cool.
at
I couldn't believe you guys are still streaming. Holy hell, how long has it been? 2 hours?
I kept it going, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It's
Yeah,
good
Chris
stuff.
just been grilling us this whole time.
I brought
Yeah.
the entertainment, and then I put him in the hot seat for a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's just been the roast of the Wired Wednesdays.
Nice.
Hey, is my hat back there in the back seat?
I got some
Nice.
Nice.
There you go.
crazy stuff happening, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be
Yeah,
really
can't
good.
wait.
But,
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. So.
well, I think we're
But,
closing up shop, Mike. We're gonna end the stream, I think. But
Oh yeah, no, Mike, you're about to turn into a pumpkin over there, bro.
I know it's 10:40.
Yeah, he's turning a little pale right now.
No, he said he's gonna go hang out in Misfits, go play some games, right?
Yep.
No, I gotta wake up. I have to drive to Melbourne to meet FedEx to ship all your stuff back, King. So I could be
Yeah,
late
don't
to
be-
it though.
No,
I
don't
could
be late
late.
to that.
Yeah.
I've already paid like over $1,000 for that day. Don't be late for that.
No video games for you.
Yeah, I gotta tape all this stuff to it, so we'll talk about that later.
It's only it's only like 10:40 though. Like you can go to bed at 2 and still be up by 10
Bro,
and then be there.
Mike's mixing his Metamucil right now underneath the desk, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go take my joint supplements. I'm gonna sleep like a baby.
Your garlic pills.
Yeah, get all my vitamins in me.
He said garlic pills.
Get a nice chamomile tea. But,
Okay, go drink some prune juice before you go to bed.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Fruit juice.
He is.
all right, guys. Well, thank you for
he's
watching
like-
Wired Wednesdays. I will go get my large glass of iced prune juice and call it a night.
Oh, Mike.
But
That's great.
Dave's hosting this one. He's got to close it up. You go.
Yeah,
ahead,
he was
Dave.
ready to go, huh? You ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
I see you turning.
You push my mic.
I appreciate you guys. That's all we got for you tonight. So next Wednesday will be on Mike's channel. Do you know roughly what time, Mike?
8:30.
8:30.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. So we'll all
right,
see you on the
guys.
next one. Talk to you
Thanks
guys
so much,
later.
everyone. Have a great night.
Appreciate you guys.
Peace.